Hi guys, it's Erin here with a mixed media project for you. And first off, I want to apologize if you happen to hear my heater in the background. It's 28 degrees here in Big Bear and heater comes on occasionally. So here I was inspired by Marta from Maremi Small Art and to not only use the back of packaging, but to start with pieces that have had backgrounds already done to them. So what I did was I added washi to this and some washi I didn't really care about, like the style or anything. I mean, you have so much washi, right, on a roll. And then I gessoed over it so you can barely see it. So that's what I'm showing you in the picture. And then now I'm putting modeling paste and silver crackle over it. And the idea is that we'll still be able to see some of the washi, but also the actual branding of this is covered, so it's not on the project itself. And so I let that dry, and I've got Distress inks here, and I'm just kind of mixing them around. And here's where it kind of like, I thought that it would be able to show through, like, you see me tapping it off in places there to get some of the white space back. I thought that it would show through, but eventually you just kind of lose the washi tape, but, live and learn with that, right? And now I'm not one of those people that is all about, oh, well, you have to save every bit of paint and you have to save every bit of this and that. But when I have so much distress stuff on my desk, I will, I will go ahead and, you saw me make that tag there. And I mean, there's no reason really not to, right? Because we're just going to wipe it up. And so my next step was to get some flowers, and I bought a lot of white flowers because I could do this. I could alter them and change them. And for this, since I had the silver crackle, I thought that I would add the silver distress spray stain, and we always want to make sure to wipe off the nozzle of that, so you saw me doing that. And of course, now I have a bunch of silver on my desk, so I thought I would add the silver to that tag as well. And, I'm not good enough yet to be able to figure out what I'm going to do with these tags. That's one of the reasons I don't do it with my journals is just, make a extra paint kind of a journal. But see, even that tape, or what do you call it? Even that baby wipe there has all that sparkle on it. So I thought that I could use that. I'm not good enough to figure out how yet, quite yet. At first I thought I was going to use a butterfly, but then I saw that this little bunny hadn't been used yet. I mean, he's relatively new, and I thought that he would go with the flowers and everything like that. And so I'm just stamping him out, and that's why I love this precision tool. And I'm getting the Tim Holtz one too because it has magnets and it's a little different. But I like the idea that I'm going to have two of them anyway. And that way I can make sure that I get a proper impression, because with my arthritis in my hands, I really can't, press too hard, and then I end up getting really crappy images. Especially on like Crafting Kimmy stamps where there's, so much detail, it never stamps right for me, ever. And so I thought I would just color this up with some of my Neocolor 2s, and I have those now on my desk with my Copics instead of in their case because I hate the metal cases. I can't stand them. I got everything out of the metal cases, and now I use it like 100 times more because I don't have to fuss with the layers, and I never have room for all the trays and everything. So yeah, now they're out of the metal case and into my little color cubbies, and I'm pulling at them practically every time that I make something, in coloring books and all of that stuff. So yeah, I was like, well, why not color it with this? So you can see him there, and then I fussy cut him out, and I saved you from watching that because it, takes a while. I like doing it, but it takes a while. And here I'm adding hickory smoke, little bits of it onto the silver to give it some shadow. And I'm trying to figure out how to add these without covering over everything, because I did want to still see the background and all the effort that I had put into it. I mean, that is one of the things with mixed media art is you do something and you say, okay, this will make a great layer. Well, it could make a great layer, or you could cover it up with something else. So you just never know. So I try not to use things that are like, precious, or I'm going to be like, oh, I really want to see this. If I really want to see it, put it on a card, or put it on a scrapbook page, because mostly my cards get thrown away. I make them, and then 2 years later, I'm like, ew, and then throw it away. So It's a ridiculous system, frankly, but the whole idea is the process. It's not necessarily keeping the item. It's enjoying the process. So you see me here just totally messing around with the flowers and the placement and trying to get everything right. And I apologize that this is so low. I haven't done this on camera in so long that it's actually on the edge of my desk, which I assume is where the camera is, and it's not. It's actually further back. So, yeah. And here I'm using some Tim Holtz chit-chat letters or words or whatever, and it says, embrace possibility, encourage imagination. I'm not usually one for all those weird, flowery, believe in yourself kind of stuff, but it seems to be the thing to do on art journaling, and it kind of completed that top, or not necessarily art journaling, but mixed media and blah, blah, blah. It kind of dressed up that top of the page, so that worked. And then here again with the hickory smoke, I'm going in with a paintbrush instead of spraying it, and I'm highlighting the flowers and also highlighting the very edges of the washi tape that I can see. So I'm getting more vertical lines, but more watercolor look than the silver crackle added. So it just kind of adds a bit more depth and tries to pick out some of that washi tape. When, you know, in reality, the only washi tape that I can really see on the end product here is the very little bit of the striped orange one, which really goes with the colors and everything, so it's not that big of a deal. But it, you know, it didn't start out the way that I thought it would, and it didn't end up the way I thought it would, and I guess that's part of it as well. Like I was saying, it's the creation of stuff, so that's part of making it. And you see me just trying to find those strips of washi tape in and among all of the, well, I mean, it's distress stain. It's supposed to be vibrant and everything, so, I mean, I shouldn't exactly be surprised that it covered stuff. But, yeah, I could have, since it is water reactive, I could have gone in there with water and, you know, tapped it out and everything, but I wasn't that worried about it. And here I'm covering over the bunny with one of the baby wipes that I had so that I could do these white splatters, because you see how much he would have gotten, because this pen just did not want to give me proper splatters. It wanted to give me cool little stripes, which is neat, but totally uncontrollable. And here I slowed it down really, really good so you can see it. And I hope you'd like it. And I just thought the bunny was so cute, and I really enjoyed working with him. And I hope you liked watching this. So thank you very much, and you have a great day. All right, bye-bye.